Hey, speech geeks. Let's talk about taking baseline data, because if you're a school-based SLP or SLPA, you're probably in the same boat as me, and that's seeing where all our kids are at in terms of their goals. So if you're interested in seeing how I take my baseline data, stay with me. So what is baseline data? Baseline data is just that. You're just getting a baseline. You're just seeing where your kids are at. That means you're not taking a whole session worth of data. You're going to have all year for that. This is just to touch base on each one of their goals and see, hey, they can either do it, or wow, they need a lot more work on this. So I actually created a couple screeners specifically for baseline data, because I found that it was really tedious at the beginning of the year to be pulling out all of my Artic cards if I have a kid that needs to work on all these early sounds, or if I have a kid that needs to work on functions, taking out all my functions activities. It's a lot, especially if you have mixed groups. So I like to create things that are condensed and small and quick so that I can go through things quickly. So I'm going to show you what those look like. All right, for preschool, for kindergarten, even for some of my first graders, I will use my quick preschool language screener. I know it says preschool on it, but a lot of things in this book, a lot of my kindergartners are also working on, so it's really age appropriate for them as well. And it goes through a little bit of everything, and this is very language based. So it's gonna do receptive and expressive nouns. You're gonna have functions, both receptive and expressive. I know you can't see it, so that probably would help if I held it up. Plurals is one, negation, WH questions, spatial concepts, prepositions, same thing. Basic concepts like big and small and many and few. It basically just touches base and goes through everything. So I really like to use it at the beginning of the year because it's one page per thing, and I can just go through it quickly, and then later I can look and see, okay, we need to go back and work on prepositions, or we need to go back and work on expressive and receptive vocabulary. If we're getting into more specific data where it's not so broad, let's say it's for vocabulary, expressive and receptive, I have a couple different things I'll use. So for my little ones, I like to use my quick vocab screener. Just goes through the basics: colors, shapes, animals, actions, and body parts. And then I have a 50 common nouns assessment tool that I will use throughout the year to track which nouns my friends know and what they don't know. But at the beginning of the year, it's a lot for me to take out those 50 cards and go through them all. So what I did is I put them all on one sheet. So I have 25 on one side and 25 on the other, and a lot of times I will just present my friends with this and see what they can label on there or what they can identify if I'm doing receptive. A lot of times I will use it with toys. So if they're playing with a toy, I'll say, okay, have Batman eat the banana, or have Batman go on the shirt, just to see if they can identify it. Articulation, at least for me, can be a little bit more tedious when taking a baseline, because I never tend to have, a kiddo working on like one or two sounds. There's always a multitude of sounds. And so when I get kids that come in with goals that don't necessarily have specific sounds listed and I'm not sure, I'll just go through my quick Artic screener and we'll go through every single sound. There's every sound in here. It has a data sheet with it. And that way I can really get a full picture of all of their sounds. If they do have sounds listed, though, I'm going to go straight for those sounds. And I made some of these quick strips here, so they're labeled. So, I have P, B, and M and N on the first one, and then T and D and K and G on the next one. And then the one after that is F and B and S and Z. And so they're just right here all in this ring, and I can just pull them out and have the kids label them, and I can take data on whether they're able to produce that sound or not. So this has been really helpful this year. And another one for articulation is just this sheet I created for consonant clusters. I get a lot of students that come in with goals for consonant clusters, and it doesn't always list the ones that they need to work on. So I created this little cheat sheet. It just goes through your S blends, your L blends, your R blends, and on the back we got some 3 phoneme consonant blends, because I do have a couple friends with goals with that as well. So this is how I take my baseline data in my regular ed groups. Remember, it's about getting an outline of what your students can do. It's not taking a full session worth of data. It's just getting an idea, seeing, hey, this is something they need to work on moving forward, or hey, they met this goal, or they regressed with this goal over the summer. It's giving you an idea so that you know where to move and how to move forward with these students to best service them throughout the year. Let me know what you guys think of this, and if you're interested in seeing how I take baseline in my AAC sessions, it's a little more complicated than this, let me know. Thanks for watching. Follow for more. Bye.